Hello everybody, welcome to another scintillating edition of Panini Unwrapped.
What?
Yeah, scintillating, look it up. I'm Tracy Hackler. I'm joined today by two special guests, graphic designers, the guys who make our cards look their best. Lupe Partida, Seth Wade, 2010-11 Panini Threads. Thanks guys for joining us.
No problem. You're welcome.
You guys nervous or excited?
Of course.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I love it. Now you guys were instrumental in the graphic design of this product.
Yes.
And I kind of wanted to just have you guys on because people are always fascinated with the design of our cards and what goes into it. And so I guess when you're first tasked with, when you first get your assignment, you guys are doing threads. What's your first thought? What's the most important thing that goes into the beginning process?
Well, first we figure out a theme or look that we want for the set, and then we set up a folder full of influences,
Okay.
and things to draw off of, and that are similar to what we're looking for when we want what the cards to look like.
Mm-hmm.
First, usually we start off with the common, and then break off the different inserts from there.
Okay. And Seth, does it ever get old only having a 2.5 by 3.5 inch landscape to work with?
Not at all.
It's one of the hardest things to figure out.
Yeah, and you have a lot of information you're trying to fit on a very small surface, but we managed to get it done.
And having the Lupe mentioned starting with the common card, does having that as kind of does that common design, once you have it, does that serve as something of a roadmap for the rest of the set?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. It establishes pretty much the overall theme of everything,
Okay.
and we pretty much, each insert has its own sort of look or theme we're going for, but it really does need to tie back into the commons so that it does look cohesive yet distinct enough.
And what's the most difficult part of the gig? And you have to both answer that.
Trying to fit within the limitations that we have to make room for on all the different cards and the different parallels.
Right.
Fitting everything into it, and then still trying to do something with what it looks like when say if there's a signature sometimes, or if there's a swatch sometimes, and sometimes there's a jumbo swatch, and sometimes you've got a signature by itself, sometimes there's just a swatch by itself.
What's the single most, and you guys may disagree on this, but what's the single most important element of a trading card design?
The photo, really.
Yeah, making sure that the player is still on there as prominent as possible. For me, anyway.
Yeah.
I like having the player on there as big as I can.
We have some excellent photography, and we like to show that off, which, I think the photography does help make the card, and the design supports that. If you've got a really good photo, you want the design to help out as much as possible with that.
Right. And do you have a preference for horizontal, what am I saying? Horizontal versus vertical designs?
I think it depends.
Yeah.
On what?
Depends on the parallel. It depends on.
It depends on a lot of things.
Yeah. What's going into it.
Because if you're going to have a jumbo swatch in there, then odds are you're not going to be able to do a vertical card because of having to fit the jumbo swatch onto the card.
Okay.
Now, specifically with basketball, you have a lot of action photos where the player is jumping.
Long, vertical.
Right, and so for the most part, vertical cards tend to look the best with basketball programs. So we design around that.
Okay. I love the all-time big man insert in this set.
Thank you.
That was Seth's first card.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Here.
My very first card, yeah.
That was the first card.
Okay, well then that's a great segue. Unplanned. When you first designed this, having funneled it through the process, what was your thought when you saw the finished product?
Well, as a designer, we always we look at our stuff and kind of see what we can use for the next set. But overall, I thought it turned out great. I was really surprised. Whenever we do them on the computer and get everything finalized and mocked up, you can only imagine so far as to what it looks like, and
Right.
when you finally see the finished product, it's just a big difference because you actually see it come to life. You see it built out. You can put it where the swatch is going to go in the program and the layout, but when you actually see it, it just looks totally different. And with the photos and stuff that are picked, it's actually pretty exciting.
Do you guys ever feel pressure because the first thing people see of a trading card is something that you guys produce? I mean, is there any pressure that piggybacks on that?
Well, there's pressure to hope to, try and please as many people as you can,
right.
which isn't going to happen. You have to realize that, but you have to do your best and figure, well, there it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it. You got to try.
Now, when you guys look at the whole of Panini Threads Basketball, what is the feel? What is the design theme in y'all's expert vernacular?
Textures, a lot of textures. The whole Threads, I guess the whole Threads theme was to focus a lot on the jerseys and using, not just specifically using jersey in general, but
Different textures that you'd find in basketball.
Okay.
Like, for instance, those hard.
yeah, these
those are
wooden
great.
cards turned out awesome.
Yeah, they really did. They're getting a lot of good reviews in the early going. Well, guys, I appreciate the work that you do and appreciate you guys joining us. 2010-11 Panini Threads will be live everywhere next week. I'm sure if you catch us on our website, on our blog, on Twitter, on Facebook, you're probably going to have a chance to win some of these cards that these valiant gentlemen have designed. So look forward to that. Thanks for watching. We'll see you real soon. Yeah!